Hey, how we doing? Godforge Alpha 1, it's live. It's live. It's a bit crazy today. Plenty of people are on. Plenty of people are still waiting to get in, so apologies if you're one of those. But damn, what a milestone, right? 2 years and a bit to get to this point where we've got a playable game, some of the community in. Yeah, buzzing really. As a team, we're like celebrating this moment, even though we've still got stuff to fix and stuff like that. But it's cool to be at this point. So anyone who was due to be Alpha Wave 1, you would have got an email. Everyone's got the emails, right? We've had, out of 7,000 emails that went out, I think about 5,000 have been opened. So we know they're going out there. iOS is not ready to go yet. Android is live. PC's live. Mac's live. You should see when you're playing a little version number in the bottom left. And it should say 18302 if you're on the right one. If, by the way, you are in the camp of, I can't find my email, but I think I was Wave 1, just search in your email for Alpha or Godforge. And when the iOS goes live, you want to search for Test Flight, but we're still holding, we're waiting on basically on Apple to like authorize the game build. So it's taking a little while. So let's have a quick look. Who's in the chat? Who's playing Godforge right now? Annoyingly, if I click away from the game, I do lose my sound, but sorry for that. If you're on the wrong version on PC, just close the game down, close the launcher, and then you'll download a new patch. Basically what you've got, if you're on the old version, you're on the version that the Friends and Family wave were on just a few days ago, like a couple of weeks ago. So we fixed a ton of stuff since then. Annoyingly, we sent out the wrong build as the first thing. So error from us. Who's in then? Hope it's still real. Streaming tonight. Awesome. Few people here in Wave 2. Good news is all of this pain we're going through right now with people not having the builds correctly and all that sort of stuff, Wave 2 is going to feel so much better. So yeah, Wave 2 is going to feel a lot better. But you know, we're learning. We're trying to do this as well as we can. It's the first time we've really done this type of release, and yeah, you know, we've made a few errors. So let's show you something which we dropped earlier today. I'm already on an account which I was playtesting a little bit earlier on. So on my account, I'm like a few levels in. I'm on like stage 29. At the top left here, the number that shows what stage you're on. I'm going to show you the opening sequence, just because it's really fucking cool, and then yeah, we'll then jump in and show some gameplay. So yeah, hopefully everyone is enjoying Godforge Day. Let's do this. I guess full disclosure, you will see this at the start of the game. If you don't want to see it yet, like close the stream for like 2 minutes.
The Etherwell, source of the fires of creation, used by the primal powers to shape the cosmos.
I'm just going to start again with full volume.
The Etherwell, source of the fires of creation, used by the primal powers to shape the cosmos. Serene, balanced, or so it was. Creation shattered, serenity broken, reality unmade. But pulled back from the brink of oblivion by the strands of fate, a new reality emerged. Fragile, imperfect, marred by endless war. Awaken, Scion, for your great task is at hand. Balance must be restored.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool, right? Oh man, I feel like, so that's going to be
our cutscene. So in terms of salary, you were...
There's a little ad. That's going to be our cutscene vibe, right? So yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool. Obviously, I'm a bit biased, but I think it's really cool. The vibe is good. Visually, it's impactful. And that's going to be the type of cutscenes that you get as you go through campaign in the full release. Really, really, like, I think the team have done a great job of it. Hey, Davina, thank you for joining the minions. Thank you for that. Yeah, so wave 2 people, you got a little bit to wait for, but let's jump in, show you some gameplay, show you where we're at. And actually, no, I've got one more thing to show you first. Okay. Pup. We have been building on hellhades.com the leaderboards, right? So this has not been released to the community. This is literally like fresh information right now. We didn't want to show it until we knew they were absolutely working correctly, but hellhades.com/Godforge. We've got like some sections around here for like articles and stuff, but yeah, we've got the leaderboard for who's climbed the furthest so far in terms of stages. We've also got who's got the most stars in the challenges, and then there should be a 0 right now. Who's done the most damage to the final boss, Fafnir? So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So this is going to be where you can come and check the progress of wave 1, see how you're doing versus the other people in the contest, and yeah, and just generally kind of like get that community vibe going. It's not going to be until Alpha Wave 3 where this will be competition mode and everybody's going to be like basically fighting it out to try and win some pretty massive prizes, honestly. Top 5 people are going to get a trip to Vegas, and the number 1 person is going to get their team fighting Fafnir on a diorama, which is super sweet, honestly. So as well as loads of people getting a load of goodies for in-game and stuff like that as well, but for when we go live. But yeah, it's really, really cool. How's he level 59? So Joel's actually one of our internal team. He's in the US, and so we got the build basically early hours of the morning to be testing it. Joel's basically cheating his way to the top because he had a bunch of hours more than everybody else. So true transparency there. Charlemagne in the house. How you doing? Charlemagne's another YouTuber. Who else have we got here? If you're a YouTuber covering Godforge, ping your YouTube channel right now. Everyone go and show some love to these guys. They've been putting in a ton of work before the game's even like released, and it's now is the time to go and give these guys some love as they're playing through the alpha. I've seen as well Raven Pyros Gaming is here. He has not only to do YouTube content, has also got a website out there covering Godforge. Yeah, there's a whole load of people honestly playing it right now. Let's show you then. Let's show you a bit of what's going on. So this is my account that I started off this morning. I got Ramses here as my starter hero. You kind of get all of the affinity stuff here. What type of archetype the different heroes are. So this one's a Slayer, which means he's your damage dealer. And then whether they assign to Order or Chaos. There's a couple of stats that you might not really understand quite yet. So Initiative is going to build Divinity for my ultimate meter more frequently. What else we got on here? I could show you. I can upgrade here. I don't have any food right now, but I can upgrade with this slider. And then if I had spirits, I've got a couple actually. I could use these 2 spirits to upgrade, and I could feed a rare as a 3-star chicken, which I'm actually going to do, and grab Kate Sif in there. Sorry, Kate Sif, you're going. Ramses is getting turbo charged up to 4-star. So it's super easy kind of leveling systems. We think anyway, we think they're going to be quite nice for the player, feel good to use. So yeah, we kind of like try to tie in a bunch of quality of life stuff as we go. Gear is already kind of like pumping up for my Ramsey, so I'm trying to build as much crit damage as I can. I would like more speed, but when I first did this build, I didn't really have any speed boots. I wonder if I've found any yet since. No, I have not. But you can get speed in legs as well, or let's see. Okay, so I've got some legs here with speed on. So I think I'm going to switch out, actually. I'm going to grab more speed instead of HP. I'm going to be a glass cannon with this Ramses. Just to take the gear up to level 12. Use a chunk of my gold. The Invoker set gives me resistance if I get 2 pieces. But I don't think... Do I have anything that's good to switch in? These gloves are already pretty good. I've got attack. HP here. Could switch this, actually. Get my 3rd set bonus, get more attack. I think that makes some sense. He is full glass cannon, though. Like, if he gets a tickle, he's going down, honestly. Initiative gives me more... Yeah, it gives me a bit more ults. Or more frequent ults. I've also got Gilgamesh here. He was my epic I got from stage 20. Oh, just dropped it out. Charlie Main's taken on Fafnir. Nice. Nice, man. Well, in this household, he's actually Charlie Magni. Because I cannot read. So we'll look here. Ignore some resistance. Could be quite nice for this weapon. Attacks have a chance to activate a random debuff. This is a great weapon. Okay, Gilgamesh is getting this one. If I've got a acid or a bleed on the enemy, I've got a chance just to activate it with this, which is pretty cool. Let's grab some crits on my Gilgamesh. Attack percent feels good as well. Gilgamesh is a... Let me just check, actually. I think he's a brawler. So just want to check my abilities, because I think I'm going to want HP and attack. Yeah, HP and attack for most brawlers. Yeah, HP and attack is going to be where I get my stats from to do damage. And obviously crits as well. He is a damage dealer. Anyway, we can reset accounts. Not at the moment. We might... Yeah, for this, no, unfortunately. It's just going to be as is. We might enable that going forward, but for this alpha wave, it's just going to be, it is what it is. HP and... Oh, it's beautiful as well, actually. Got some speed in my build. Chalking up some of my gold here, so that's burning down pretty fast. Attack with some crit damage. Maybe I'll just use the ones that I've already rolled there. What have I got? Two pieces of attack gear, so I've got my Slayer bonus going on. I want one more Falcon. Ideally, gives me some more speed. And then that feels pretty good as well. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's jump into some fights then. So I'm on stage 29 right now. You can see like a reward preview for the tower, and then you can go in and see a bit more info here. You get like 2-star bonuses if you beat certain challenges. So defeat the stage while placing accuracy down, for example, here. I can't do that yet. I don't have the abilities for it, but you get some pretty juicy rewards when you start doing the 2-star stuff. So you don't have to do it all there and then. You can go back and do it a bit later if you haven't got the right heroes. So let's have a look. Just need one epic here, which I definitely have got. I'm going to bring Solday in, who's got like a speed lead and is like a turn meter booster. Dagonet's kind of like got drop defense. And then my 2 damage dealers. If I long hold on anyone, I can see they're kind of like the way they're geared, or if they're geared at all. Plus I could go in and look at what their abilities are. So if you want to know a bit more about your heroes, you can do it there. Especially if you're trying to do challenges. Kind of tells me what my challenge is over here. Damn, we got over 700 people in the stream. Let's go. Let's go, everyone. Damn, it's actually super busy. I'm loving that. Loving that. Hey, Hyper Gaming, thanks, man. Let's jump in and do some battles. I'll do it on 1 speed to start off with, just so you can get a feel for the battle. By the way, I'm biased, right? But I feel like the soundtrack is really good. I feel like the soundtrack in this game is so damn good. I'll show you on 1 time speed for a little while, and then we'll put it onto 2 times in seconds. How to open the game in window mode on PC. So what you need to do somehow is just literally press Alt and Enter, and then it will go into windowed, and then you can kind of resize it yourself. It's not like awesomely optimized for resizing, I'm going to be honest, right? But you can use it still. Oxlane in the house. How you doing, buddy? So we're on auto here. Now, our AI is not brilliant right now. Let's be honest, okay? I'll be honest with you guys. Hold on. Gilgamesh is going big. Let's go with the slam. Yeah, our AI is not like perfect right now. You might have a big ultimate ready, and it might use that ultimate literally just to slay 1 enemy. So there's stuff like that which we need to improve. We know it. It's an alpha. Yeah, it's an alpha. This is more about, did we find the fun? Are people enjoying the gameplay? Whoa, we got the big test already, actually. This is the first big boss, Fafnir. I do have a second epic, actually. I've got Brunhild. Just picked her up recently. Okay. Dreaddoors, thank you, mate. Thank you for that. Really, I mean, we've got a phenomenal team working on this game. Like, phenomenal team. And they're all working really fucking hard. Like, if I think about the scale of our team, we're probably at like, I don't know, a 10th or a 20th of the size of some of the big studios that launch games in this space. And probably the similar budget, honestly, similar sort of budget constraints. But I feel like the team are putting out amazing work. If you've not signed up to an alpha yet and you want to, you can go to fateless.gg. You can still sign up. You won't get into this wave. You'll get into like the next wave. Okay, so it's still possible, but yeah. Right, let's jump into this battle. So this is the first kind of boss battle that we've... First proper boss, really. The other bosses so far have all been like heroes leveled up to boss status. Let's go into 2 times here. Yeah, if you were in wave 1, you should have had an email already, by the way. You should be in. Okay, waves are easy. My Ramses is crunching through waves. Here he comes. Look out. So I'm actually chunking him pretty hard here. I'd say the first 30 levels are pretty easy. Like, most people should just be able to cruise stage 1 to 30, like on purpose. Slow this down a bit. We do have different viewpoints as well. So this is like our more cinematic view. We could kind of... Some of the cameras need a little bit of work. We're kind of a bit too close here, I would say. Grim in the house. How you doing, man? Nobody was rejected, Killworm. So if you signed up and you haven't had an email, I would check your spam for the words alpha or the words Godforge. Check your spam, but also check like promotions email. You know, there's like all these different weird email groups now. Chances are you've got the email. Okay. Or if you haven't, try going to fateless.gg again. See if it lets you still sign up. Because maybe your first one, for whatever reason, didn't work. So we do have different cameras here. We've got like the, what we call in top view. Again, I feel like we're a bit too zoomed in here, but it's looking pretty cool. Fafnir swiping me down. He's almost got his ult. His ult's actually menacing, but I don't know if I'm going to let him get to an ult. Because Gilgamesh is bringing the smackdown. He might do, though. Actually, he might get to his ult. If we get to his ult, we're going to be taking a big old burn. He's got his ult ready. Oh, he's dead, though. He's dead. Okay, nice. This is an alpha, so anything that you feel like looks a bit clunky, let's just be honest. Oh, mama! I've got myself an Odin. Okay. Yeah, we're in alpha mode, right? So everything's going to be cleaned up. Everything's going to look more slick. For us, this alpha test is like, did we find the fun? Are people enjoying the core gameplay loop, which is building heroes, building teams, fighting challenges, all that type of stuff, right? What this alpha is not meant to do is to say, do you think we've got the perfect visuals? Okay, that's not the aim at all. So yeah. Damn though, Odin is an absolute freaking beast. Let's go. We've got the ability to charm. I've got hunting party, which is like a big nuke. If I get Jerry or Frecky, I don't even know if they're in the alpha actually. I don't think they are. Then we get massive turn meter gain as well. Tackle enemy, massive hits, and decrease enemy's divinity, which is like their ability to do ults. And then we've got passives. Passives only unlock actually when you get to Ascension level 3. So if you're playing right now, you probably don't even realize it. You haven't unlocked your passive yet. Let's get Odin some levels. Hyper Gaming, thanks for joining the minions, buddy. HH, can you tell me how to do challenge 2 on level 10? Give me a sec. Remind me in 2 seconds. let's give this guy some levels. We can feed some of our chickens. You see, we've got the equivalent of chickens here, these spirits. I should be getting plenty of them early on because we want people to really play around with their heroes. We want people to enjoy, you know, the experience and give it a go. Don't know if I've really got a lot in the way of gear for this guy yet, though. We do not have much gear. Disruptor, don't really need that. Initiative, maybe try and get my ult more often. See if I get some of those. Let's put a weapon on. So weapons can be imprinted. Actually, yeah, let me show you this system. This is pretty cool as well. And let me just check stage 10 for my good man here. What's the challenge? Defeat the stage with only strength heroes and at least one defender. So strength heroes are the red affinity. If I long hold, I could see the type of hero. So this guy is strength. And then this guy is also a defender. So Tristane would be your answer, but there's plenty of different options as well that you could do it with. So, what was I just doing? Oh yeah, imprints. This is a really cool system, I think. So I already have one imprint. It dropped for me. And the imprint is to give me the Leonidas passive skill. So Leonidas, this one dropped, but I can also extract imprints from heroes that I don't want anymore. So let's say I didn't want Tristane. I could extract his imprint and then put it onto a weapon. Yeah, so each debuff on this hero reduces damage taken from attacks by 3%. So if I'm fighting against a boss that's giving me loads of debuffs, I can actually reduce my damage. I don't really have heroes that I want to just burn away right now, so I'm not going to do that, but this is the type of thing. Once you've got more heroes as you progress through the caverns, then you'll have more imprints as well. Jamie, the models are top tier. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, we're and it's still like, as I say, we're in alpha mode. These models, the models are brilliant. The shading, the lighting, all that type of stuff, the shaders and the lighting can still improve, which will actually make it visually improve a lot. So yeah, there's plenty to come, which is awesome. Like the fact that we're already in this spot, I'm really pleased. As I say, the team are phenomenal, honestly, in terms of the work they're putting in. So I'm grabbing some crit rate and crit damage. Those two things feel good to me. Attack percent. Let me just check his skill set, actually. I think it's based on attack. Yeah. All of his skills scale with attack. I do need accuracy to land his disables. So like Confuse. Confuse is a really cool skill. It makes the enemy attack themselves. So I do need accuracy as well as attack. Could also do with some speed. My gear is pretty weak right now. Let's grab this. Accuracy. I guess this for now, but I'm not going to put any levels into it because all of this gear is kind of trash. This maybe is not bad for now. So the aim for us is to, I guess people say, is it going to be Raid 2.0, that type of stuff? I mean, it's a turn-based hero collector, right? So the core mechanics of a game like Raid, yeah, that's a similar mechanics, right? But we've got a lot of innovation on design, and when we get to full release, there's going to be a lot of game modes where they just feel completely fresh. So, but we're still in the same genre, right? We're in the same genre and on purpose. The community, which we've built at HH Gaming over the last 6 years, love this type of game. So we're for sure building a game in the same genre, yeah. What's this, Chris? If you get a chance when you're in a stage, will you show what round you are? Yeah, so that's not... Unfortunately, that's not in right now, but we will change that, yeah. So, yeah, basically what Chris is saying is wave by wave, it doesn't show us where we're at, and it should do, and that's just not in yet. Can just enhance this one up a bit. I can also, so I've enhanced my weapon, I can also grab like a duplicate copy and rank up if I had more resources, but I don't have them yet. Okay, let's get grinding through this tower. Let's start catching people up. My squad's actually pretty solid now, so I should be able to burn, especially as I beat Fafnir, I should be able to burn through a few levels quite quick. I think speed up and then 3 nukers is pretty good early on, honestly. I'll need to bring in more defensive type heroes as I go a bit further on, but for now, I'm just going to try and slay my way through some of these levels. Let me show you some different camera modes. So this is our, like, what we're calling 3/4. It's more like kind of like isometric view. Still some tweaks needed for this camera, but it's kind of the sort of camera that a lot of people from my community at least would understand. And then we've got this other one which we've called Top. I don't know where these names came from, honestly, but we've called it Top. And this one's like more behind your heroes. A lot of people are deciding to use this one. A lot of people seem to prefer this one at the moment. I am 100% down for the cinematic camera. I think it looks really awesome. But anyways, it's everybody's own preference. We got Fateless YouTube channel in the house. Everyone go and sub to the Fateless YouTube channel if you have not. Oh, not bad. I got an Icarus actually. Not bad. Ability to place Blaze, which is a nice kind of like burn ability. What's the passive here? If this hero is under Blaze, Fafnir places Blaze on us, increases initiative by 5% and decreases speed by 5%. Damn. This is actually huge as an imprint. That's a huge imprint, actually. Might just save that for the imprint. For Alpha, Wesley, only the caverns. It's the only mode we've got. Okay, so you see I'm gaining tons of energy right now. When you hit a bit of a brick wall, you'll have to go back and decide where you want to farm. And whether it's farming for heroes, farming for gear, farming for ascension materials. Each of the different stages basically have their own like items that they could drop. So the whole point of the caverns really was to see where people would spend their time and energy to be able to overcome the challenges we put out. Is there a way to see what faction they are? So yeah, there is. If you long hold a character before you go into battle, you can see their character icon, but the pop-up for the icon is not working in this build, annoyingly. So you can go to a website. Raven Pyros is a good one. There's a bunch of websites where it breaks down the heroes, and that's also in our Discord. You see, we just put confuse on the enemy here, so they're all attacking themselves. That's the Odin ability. Damn though, nearly 900 people in the stream. Love it. Welcome to Godforge. We have OP rares like Cold Heart. Yeah, already. So anyone, got an epic piece. Anyone who has played on the friends and family wave. So we had one wave before this alpha wave. And yeah, they found a couple of rares which were super OP for a couple of the boss fights. So I'm not going to spoil who they are. I'll let the community like find their own way, but definitely we've got some really powerful rares. Grim knows. Grim was in the mix. Grim is in the chat right now. He's actually video editor, graphic designer, like he does a lot of work for the HH Gaming team. He played in the friends and family wave. He actually got an exploit where he could just get multiple legendaries drop again and again, and just literally got all these legendaries like awakened to level 5 and destroyed the game. Pretty fun. Sindragor, welcome, mate. All skill, was it? Yeah, all skill. Oh man. So we've got a bug. God, another Icarus. We've got a bug section in the Discord. Let me show you quick, actually. Is my resolution weird on screen? I've just seen a couple of DMs. I'm not seeing a weird resolution, but does my screen look like it's in a weird resolution to you guys? How have I done that? How have I managed that? Let's just try adding another screen capture. Does that look better? Hopefully that looks better. Yeah, so I was just going to show you the Discord here quickly. So we've got, come and join Fateless Discord if you haven't already. Maybe Grim, can you ping it in chat if you can? So we've got in the Fateless Discord a section for the alpha testing zone where literally if there's bugs that you see, you can come in and report the bugs for us. So big part of the alpha is, did we find the fun? You know, have we basically built core gameplay mechanics which you guys enjoy? But then there's other things like, are there bugs in the game, right? And we know there's still a ton. We know of a lot of them, but through the Friends and Family wave, we actually found a ton of new ones as well. So, you know, that was really useful to us to be able to try and refine the game. We were also looking for feedback, right? We were looking for feedback from our Friends and Family wave and obviously from these alpha waves. Is the progression curve too hard or too easy? Do you like the different camera views? Which ones do you prefer out of the ones we've got? Are there some heroes which just feel weak or some which feel OP? You know, what do you think of the kind of like general vibe of the game in terms of the setting, the lore, you know, our cutscenes, anything really where you think, okay, this feedback will help people from the Fateless team do a better job. And yeah, I mean, that's really what we're looking for. So please feel free if you're playing or if you're just watching, honestly, and you want to get involved in the Discord. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm just checking a couple of Discord messages because even though I am trying to show you guys this, also just launched an alpha and I'm getting pinged a decent amount. But I think we're good. I think we're okay. Asag, one of the giants. Look at this dude. Man, does he look sweet or what? Does he look sweet? Are you able to pin the message from the Discord link? Yeah, we'll do actually, yeah. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Yeah, Sarg looks really sweet. 3/4 is your favorite view shadow. Yeah. A lot of people are saying 3/4 or top. Again, just goes down to personal preference. We've given people a decent amount of choice, I think, and we can refine from there. So, you know, we'll get a good amount of feedback from analytics, but also just like general feedback from players around how they felt, you know, with the alpha. I got to say though, I was pretty lucky picking up 3 damage dealers early. I'm going to cruise the early game here. And then I'll start to come up against some more challenges a bit later on, I think. Is Bastet any good? Bastet is a damage dealer. Like, really, really strong. So if you don't have access to the bug zone, Carstein, check the announcements from today. Saf did an announcement to show you how to get that access. Anubis is fun. Yeah. Anubis. I don't want to spoil it for you. Just check. You know, maybe I should spoil it for you. Check who Anubis partners with. If you can make that combo happen, damn. It's mad. What will be monetization? I mean, obviously, look, it's a gotcha. There's going to be packs to buy, like normal stuff, honestly. Like normal monetization things will apply. Our view is, look, none of that stuff's going to go away, but it just won't be as predatory as some of the other games. We still spent literally millions on this game. Like, I'm not exaggerating in any way. Millions of dollars to build this game. It's expensive to build games. So yeah, we do need to make money. I'm not going to hide behind any of that. We've got to make money, right? So there will be monetization. This game will not just be like everything is for free. You'll get every legendary under the sun. Like that's never the vibe. But we do want for there to be really great free-to-play options. We want for people to feel like it's pay to progress fast, and then you can still have loads of fun playing free-to-play. There will be modes where you're literally on an equal setting if you're free-to-play as the next guy. But there'll also be modes where if you pay, you'll get there much faster than the guy who doesn't. There's no shard pools in the alpha. The alpha, you get hero drops through content, because this isn't like a monetized alpha. It's literally just a let people out there, let people play and enjoy type of alpha. Welcome, by the way, if you're new to the stream. Nearly 900 people in the stream right now. Hit the like if you haven't already. And yeah, really appreciate everyone coming by. We're checking out the first Godforge alpha. We've got about 5,000 playtesters in the Godforge community right now. And yeah, it's super exciting, honestly. Like 2 and a bit years to get to this point. From the moment where we decided we were going to make a game studio to then making decisions around whether we're going to work with an IP like you know, like a Marvel, like Star Wars, like an IP like that, or whether we were going to make our own characters. Then we start to actually design the game, start to design, you know, the way we want it to feel. We had a couple of moments where we decided to completely like pivot our idea. And you know, now I'd say over the last 18 months, we've really been on that development cycle of building the game. And honestly, it's way more involved than I would ever have realized. It's challenging, right? It's really challenging to build a game that's got so many complex systems like this. So you don't buy anything in the alpha. The alpha is not about a spending mechanic. It's just about playtesting and seeing if we've got some fun systems and fun team comps building, that type of thing. So yeah, there's no spending at all in the alpha. AHH King Ragnar from the Twitch days. Dude, it's been a while. How you doing? Ashley Owen, welcome, mate. So I picked up an imprint here. I also got a couple of weapons. Generally, floors that end in an 8 is where you can farm weapons. Floors that end in a 9 is where you can gain more materials to build up weapons. Let's just do some leveling here. I'm already cruising, so I don't really need to level a lot, but I guess why not? What are we doing? Let's upgrade my ascension. I think I picked up some ascension stones, so I can go up one more. This screen's going to be completely redone. It's totally placeholder for now. So I want to get 28 of these ascension stones so that I can unlock my passive, which will make me do more damage when I've got acid out there. So maybe I'll just go and farm a little bit for ascension mats. On any level that ends in a 5 will give you a chance to farm ascension stuff. What's my challenge here? Defeat the stage using 7 ults. That's actually a really hard challenge. Because you want to be hitting people like really weak to do that. I'll have to come back to that when I've... How would I even do that? It's really hard, actually. I wonder if you just need to bring in like a couple of supports to do that. Gaming with JL, how you doing? Maybe it's, yeah, maybe it's just support mode. I wonder if she could do it on her own. Stage 35, no chance, actually. Anyway, I guess it is an interesting one. Maybe let's try 4 weak people and see if I can actually do it without getting, like, KO'd. Is the plan that good champions like legendaries and epics will be able to drop from stages like this in alpha? Yeah. What in the actual game? I mean, no, not really. No, it will be more like a shard pool type mechanic. We've got there's a bug there. See that one? We've got aether stones in the game, so there will be like a, you know, like a gotcha mechanic. Okay, we are way too weak for this. Yeah, that's going to be really difficult to actually get that one done. I'll come back to the challenge another time. Let's just get my squad in to get it done. I think I bring Dagonet in here for a bit of farming. Yeah, more like Watcher of Realm or Raid, yeah, in terms of like gotcha mechanics. But we're thinking, so we're still working through what it exactly looks like. But we were thinking about, you know, maybe having a wish list type of mechanic where when you get to a certain level, like one of your 3 wish lists would be guaranteed or something like that. Just so that there isn't that kind of like long drawn out, I've pulled thousands of shards and I never get any of the heroes that I want. Do you have infinite resources on alpha? No, not infinite resources, but the early game's pretty damn easy. You'll find, I think you'll find when you get to around stage 60, it starts to get pretty hard. And you have to like go back and farm, use some of your energy on farming. We do want for people to be able to play, you know, a decent amount though. We don't want people to feel like they're not really able to get on. Hey, Chosen in the house. How you doing, man? Gear swapping is free, yeah. Yeah. Again, we want people to be able to experiment with builds. We feel like that's a really fun part of the game. So it costs gold to level gear up. And when we get onto the live version of the game, not the alpha, you will be able to attune gear to a particular hero, which will basically empower the gear a bit further, and that would cost gold to do. Damn, maybe I needed to bring in my Ramses here. These guys are strong. Is Odin going to get this done on his own? I don't think he is. I got my ult though. Can we get to it? Oh man, they're wrecking me. I'm frozen. Damn, Skadi's nightmare actually. Okay, we need Ramses in. Let's bring our Ramses back in. Is the game available on PC? I'm playing on PC right now, yeah. So for the alpha, we've got PC, Mac, Android, and iOS, but the iOS has been behind the other 2 builds. We're waiting on Apple to agree it. Annoyingly, they're taking really bloody long. Just checking actually to see if they've okayed it yet. You know what's surreal right now? What's surreal right now is I am playing Godforge on stream with 900 people watching. Like, it's hard to explain what this feels like. It's super weird. Obviously, like, really, I don't know. It's like personally a really rewarding day. It's wild, yeah. Wild's the right word. So, Red Sparrow, if you signed up for the alpha, then yes, it is available to play right now. If you were moved into Alpha Wave 1, if you signed up for Alpha, the alpha and you're in wave 2, then that's going to come in, think about 20 days from now, a little bit less. If you haven't signed up ever, you need to go to fateless.gg and sign up, and then you'll get into probably alpha wave 3. August 13th for wave 2, yeah, that's it. Brian Freeman, what are you trying to play on? If anyone got an email to say they will be in alpha wave 1 and then doesn't think they've got an email yet today, check your spam, check those folders which are called like promotion, or there's all sorts of weird folders nowadays, right, on emails. Check all of them and just search the term alpha or search the term Godforge. Everybody should have got an email today that was in wave 1. Wave 60 is sick. Love the boss. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna push on to wave 60 actually. This guy's got like block damage up until that buff goes away. Nasty. These lions are nasty. Crying Freeman, you're sorted now. Nice. Okay, good. ×3 would be better. Yeah, we're gonna all that stuff again. That's not the priority for an alpha. The priority for an alpha is just like getting the gameplay moving, making sure that people can do things. All of the things like ×3 and stuff like that is further on. Okay, I can upgrade my Ramses now. Get his passive unlocked. Here. Send him up. So now we get, when you ascend anyone to level 3, rare and above, they're going to get their passive unlocked. Which generally the passives are pretty strong. Like it's well worth investing some of your energy to get that done. I can also upgrade his abilities as well. I've got some scrolls. I've got tons of scrolls actually. Yeah, I mean we drop a load of low-level scrolls here, so you definitely can upgrade abilities for a lot of your rares. And then the further you get through the caverns, the more you'll be able to upgrade different rarities as well. I don't know if I've got any yet for epics. Let's have a look. No. So epic ones will be coming soon. Can you sell rares? You can't sell, but you can convert a rare in the Anvil of Creation into an imprint. Okay, so I can extract the essence of Icarus here into an imprint. Does that work? Yeah, he's in my imprint library, and then I can take somebody who's wearing a weapon like my Odin here. I can imprint Icarus now as like an extra passive skill for Odin. Yeah, so now my weapon basically gets a fresh passive, which actually is a really good passive for Fafnir, one of the bosses. So if this hero is under Blaze, I get more initiative, which gives me my ult quicker. And I decrease... So I increase initiative by 2.5 and decrease my speed. So you kind of got like a good and a bad on that one. Really fun mechanic, actually, because when you start getting legendaries drop in, and for the live, for launch, we're going to have the imprints as like a really good premium currency that people can get. Right? So it's not just burning dupes. It's also just a currency we can drop people as a cool reward, which will be really fun. So like, you might not necessarily have Odin, but we might be able to drop you Odin's imprint as a great reward, right? But yeah, anyway, so on his weapon now, I can see I've now got this new imprint, which is a new skill for Odin, which is pretty cool. The other thing which you can do with like rares or heroes generally is I can use them as level up resources. So see here, when I go from rank 1 to 2, I need to use a 1-star spirit. I could use a spirit. I could also use a common. Yeah. And then when I go from 2 to 3-star, again, I can use uncommon heroes if I want to use them as food. If I had the experience to go up to 4-star, I could use rares for that, as well as 3-star spirits. So you should be able to like level your characters up pretty damn fast, actually. I am going to take Gilgamesh up a bit because he's going to be my powerhouse as we get moving. And let's keep moving. Can stage 30 be farmed for multiple Legos? Not farmed for Legos, but if you click on the stage, look at the reward preview. There is a chance actually you can get a legendary from this stage, but it's quite a low chance. The first clear gave you a guaranteed legendary. This is all a bit wonky with the text, but gave you a guaranteed, but you can get legendaries. It's just quite a low chance. But yeah, I mean, you can farm a stage like that if you want to. Okay, let's keep things going. So you can see I just leveled up my skills on Ramses, and now he's one shot in the waves again. Near enough. The other thing which oh no, Fiction in the house. How you doing, Fiction? Or Dan, as he's known nowadays in the Fateless world. I mean, damn, over 900 people on streams, pretty mental, guys. Don't forget to hit the like if you're enjoying some Godforge content and just enjoying like the general vibe around the game. So I got some scrolls for rares here. I didn't get... What's the 2-star challenge? This will give me epic scrolls. Defeat the stage with at least 2 defenders. I should have looked at that first. So if you want to see if you've got the heroes to do that, I can just hard click someone. So I can just... I know she's a defender. If I long hold, same on a phone, if you're playing on a phone, long hold, I can see their affinity. I can see their archetype. So she is a defender. This is where I see the faction or the alliance, but actually for some reason that click is not working right now, so we need to fix that. And then I can see if they're order or chaos. I can also see if they're wearing gear, if they've got a weapon. I can see if their skills are booked up and what their skills do. And if I want to change them, so if I'm like, oh damn, this hero's not booked, I can just go up here and it'll take me back into the hero roster, and I can just do some gearing if I want to. So I can put some gear quickly on Brunhild. Really looking, she's a defender, so defense percent would be good. Most of her skills as a defender, let me just show you, will scale from defense, but also attack. Okay. I don't know, Chosen, are you still in the house? Is this meant to be 800% attack? That seems insanely big. That seems wrong. That might be need to earn a bug list. Because that's a lot. What else we got? Remove disables from herself, then place radiance. Oh yeah, I feel like that's meant to say 80. But yeah, I'm not sure. Make sure you log your bug in the right channel. Yeah, I know. It's hard to log bugs when you're streaming, that's for sure. I'll have to get back to it. Haven't really got many good pieces. So in Godforge, accuracy enables you to land your debuffs and disables. It also increases your chance to do a strong hit on the enemy. And a strong hit gives you more damage. Resistance will reduce the chance of you being hit with a disable or a debuff, but also reduce incoming damage. So there's like two elements to both of those skills. Basically, no skill or no stat should feel bad to put on a hero. There's still like min-maxing stuff for builds and stuff, but there shouldn't be a stat that does nothing for a build. Which, again, is something we wanted. We wanted to make sure that builds could be really... yeah, loads of options, really. Some crits. Could take crits, or it could take some accuracy. She's got decreased attack on her A1, so I think I'm going to take some accuracy there. Attack percent, not really her thing. Albeit, maybe it is, because, damn, her A1 looked like it's got a ton of scaling with attack. I'm going to try it. Maybe that's just... It could be a bug, or it could be the way she is. Let's just build up some of these a little bit. I don't have tons of gold, so I'm just going to go to level 8. So you see different rarities give you different number of substats, and then as you level it up, you gain substats across the board, depending on whether it's a good piece or not. So again, slightly different system on the way we've done gearing, but a lot of the base mechanics will make some sense to you. It's not like completely changing the game, just slight tweaks to try and make it feel a bit more interesting. Okay. Let's go back in. Same gameplay for all platforms, yeah. So I need 2 defenders. She's 1. Who else have I got that's a defender? Tristane is actually, yeah. So 2 defenders is fine. Then we bring a couple of people that are built out to try and get through the wave. Ramses, honestly, is built really well right now, so he should just crucify the levels for me. Does the Discord have a place for kit suggestions? We've got like a flexing area. There's also a ton of content creators doing content on Godforge. Like, I would encourage you, if you want to just see how the alpha goes over the next 10 days or so, go into the Fateless Discord. It's pinned at the top here, and check out the different content creators that have got videos, streams. Like, there's tons of people doing content, and obviously they're going to be experimenting with builds and teams and that type of stuff. So really encourage you to do that. Plenty of CCs live right now, yeah. What gear sets are there? There's like 20 odd gear sets. In the early levels, it's all the basic ones. And then the gear sets will get more interesting, I think, as you level through the caverns. All right, we just got the scrolls for epic, so I think we're going to throw some scrolls onto Gilgamesh here. I do want to unlock his passive as well. What's his passive here? When an ally or enemy activates their ult, has a 50% chance to increase his divinity by 10%. So I could get to his ult a lot quicker if I use that. So I've got 10 of the bigger scrolls for him. Managed to max out his ult, which is cool. So what's that give me? Less divinity cost to activate it, more damage. Okay, nice. Get speed on Odin. Yeah, I know. My gear, I need to get gear. It's more about get gear right now. But we'll keep going. So stage 40. This is another mini boss. This is going to be fighting Pangu. What is the coloured dot under the enemy circle? Coloured dot under the enemy circle. Let's have a look in a sec. Do I want defense here? Maybe I do want the defense, I think. Or do I want the attack? I think I'll go attack. Coloured dot under the enemy. Let's see what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean. There's this kind of like ether, which is going through the level. That's more like an aesthetic thing. Do you mean that? Or when they do an ability like that, it's just like a power up, I guess. I'm just going to take it. Do I need it off of auto here? I think I might still be strong enough just to auto through, but it's getting to the point where I might need to start manualing soon, actually, on a couple of levels, just to like save my ults and stuff. Oh, Achilles coming in with a big slam. Whoa, they're taking Ramses down. Not Ramses. Okay, we should be good. Let's just take it off auto a sec. So I've got an ultimate here on my Ramses. What I can do, which is a really cool, like, longer term gameplay function, especially when we're talking PvP or like harder content, I can choose when I'm going to use my ults, right? So I could stack up a few ults together and chain ults on the enemy, right? So I can, so I could hold Ramses' ult, which is ready here, and wait until I've used it, by the way, but Christ, I've just absolutely wrecked him as well. I still have Ramses' turn because the ult comes outside of a normal turn. And I could, if I had 2 other ults ready, I could actually chain all of those ults before anyone takes a turn. So there's a lot of different stuff we can do strategically as content gets harder. But my Ramses, honestly, is really strong. I'm super over leveled because I understand what I'm doing here, and I'm just slamming my way through stuff. Oh, the coloured dot under the divinity bubble. Yeah, yes, the affinity. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Dwan Use, another good champ. Another good hero here. Really strong. Damn, I'm starting to get some really strong ones, actually. It starts to get hard to decide who I'm going to use, but I think it's now like this. With my Brunhild, Gilgamesh, Odin, and Ramses. Well, graphics improved before release. Yeah. This is an alpha, guys. Like, you know. Honestly, the stuff that you guys want to see graphically, it's really like the final polish. And it comes at the end, honestly. Like, it's so unimportant for right now because we're going to change it a ton of times, right? So we got it to the point where it feels solid. And then it's a case of, right, now we need to test gameplay. We need to test mechanics. We need to make sure all the debuffs and stuff work properly. We want to make sure the back end works when we equip gear. We want to make sure when we got thousands of players playing like right now that the servers are collecting the gear, signing things correctly. All of that's way more important than, you know, other shaders and the lighting perfected. What's this? Is there a concept champion or gear trading or borrowing in the game vision? Concept champion. What do you mean by that? Gear trading, no. We don't think that's a good system for this type of game, really. Champion, like borrowing, we're kind of we're in a bit of two minds. Like, if it does happen, it would probably happen for the Pantheon boss, like our equivalent of a guild boss. We don't think it would happen all the time because we want people to, like, you'll get plenty of heroes to use, right? So we want people to experiment with their own heroes and have fun with their accounts. Any game where I've seen, like, you can borrow my champion, I feel like it just ends in like a really boring, dry meta of everyone using the same stuff. But yeah, the clan boss is the area where we're still unsure because sometimes that could be quite fun. Where it's like, I just want to try something out for a time, like try this team comp. But yeah, some of that stuff, we've got the basis of that combat and stuff, but we don't have the final mechanics locked. So, you know, some of that stuff we might change. How do you download the game? So, Ziv, is it? Or XIV, whatever, number 15, 14. You need to check your emails for... So if you signed up at fateless.gg, you would have had an email saying, please confirm you want to be in the alpha. You want to search your emails and your spam folders and everything for Godforge or alpha. Just make sure that we're not going into a spam folder or like a promotions folder where we're being deleted, which is possible. The only way we can contact you is by email if you did sign up. If you can't find it there, go back to fateless.gg as a website. Let me show you quick. Go back to fateless.gg here, and you can click join the beta waitlist. This will get you into the final alpha wave. So it won't let you play today, but you'll basically join a waitlist, which will be invited to wave 3. Mike, so far I love the game. Awesome. Thank you. Pleased for that. The last email I got was titled Godforge official announced trailer, 19th of March. Yeah. So you should have had emails in between. Everyone was sent emails in between. So yeah, maybe check again. Or if not, do that thing where you try and sign up again at fateless.gg. Can't wait till August to get my alpha test. And obviously, like, if you're in alpha wave 2 or alpha wave 3, some of the bugs that we pick up between now and then are going to be improved. And, you know, we're not going to change the build a huge amount in that time, because really, as a team now, we're focused on live. We're focused on the beta and then go live. So we need our devs working on the different features, the different systems. So we're only going to fix like what we would class as critical bugs at this point. Really what we want from this alpha is feedback from players. What do they enjoy? What do they not enjoy? What do we desperately need to change? And, you know, honestly, it's did we find the fun? Yeah, were the boss fights challenging and fun to be involved in? When does the game go live? What, as in like a full version? It's hard to say. We want to be on soft launch before the end of the year, which means that it's kind of like a beta where most of the features are in, if not most of the key features are in, and it'll be like a soft release to this community as well as you know, like I guess a wider play group, where we're testing things like our marketing strategies and stuff like that. The full go live will be early next year, as long as we stay on track. And you know, stuff like the alpha, that might completely change when we decide to launch. If we get a load of feedback saying, "No, your systems don't feel good, combat doesn't feel great, I don't like your boss mechanics, I don't like the way you've decided to do like leveling up of heroes, leveling up of gear," like if it's all like a wave of it doesn't feel good, then you know, we need to refine what we're doing and improve it. So that means that our launch will be later. Hey Shord, thank you for that, man. Thank you. Charlemagne, I bought Ramsey's up to 4 stars. He's staying at level 30. What am I missing? So rank is not necessarily... Are you saying you ranked him up to... Oh, you ranked up to 4 stars? Yeah, so the first level of rank 4 is level 30. So you'll take rank 4 all the way up to 40, and then you'll go to rank 5, right? So that sounds like that's right to me. Tristan, oh man, Tristan's pink square I thought was fixed. We saw it about a month ago, we fixed it, and then literally I was doing a test run this morning and I'm like, this bug is back. I was like, no, this bug's back. Right, literally the morning when we're going to go live. So stuff like that, I mean, it's just happens more often than you'd realize in game development, where bugs can either persist or you fix a bunch of stuff and it starts a new bug. There's a whole, you know, it's just, unfortunately, that is game dev. I guess what we're doing here right now, this alpha with, you know, thousands of players, is quite unusual. In the gaming world, this would normally be, you know, maybe a few hundred players when you're at this sort of stage, and they wouldn't be allowing people to stream and show warts and all everything you've built so far, right? So it's unusual to see a game at this stage of its development, and rightly or wrongly, we decided this is what we want to do. The reason we're here, the reason we've been able to put this out there, is because we've got this great community, and yeah, we want you to be along for the ride. So, you know, rightly or wrongly, we're sharing it all. Anox and the moon here, pretty sweet. So I'm missing out. You can see I'm missing out on a lot of extra stars. I'm going to go back and do a lot of the star pushing once my roster's a bit more filled out, and I can go back and do it quite quick. God, Gilgamesh is absolutely slamming them down now. Fighting level 30 boss now. Hype man, nice mate. Should buffs be dropping off between rounds? Yeah. That's as intended. So it looks like a lot of the people that had issues with Android is now fixed. And unfortunately, I was just checking actually, our build version on iOS is still waiting for review from Apple. Oh, that's so annoying. It's actually really annoying. We've had builds. We do builds all the time, by the way, so it's not like it's an unusual thing. But sometimes the builds are like okayed in 30 minutes. This one has been sitting there for now, you know, the best part of, I don't know, 8 hours. It's quite frustrating. Quite frustrating, but hey ho, that is part of being in this, in the other seat, the game dev seat, right? Where everyone's like hopeful for the product and we're not ready yet. My first epic weapon increases damage inflicted by 2% when attacking targets under bleed. I don't think I've got a bleed champion yet. If you have got Lady Zoc as your starter, this will be really strong. Because you're basically just straight up doing more damage. And then as you level this up, this number grows. Like the 2% would be more and more. So actually really strong for a Lady Zoc comp. Also for Dracula. God, if you get Dracula, he is the king of bleeds. How the F did you get a Lego? If you beat stage 30, you're guaranteed a legendary. Is it possible to turn off all the camera movement? Well, so if I go back into this top view, you'll see there's a lot less. It's a lot less movement. And when we're in live, like the proper launch of the game, we think we'll probably turn off near enough all movement. So if you're someone who doesn't really enjoy the movement of the game and stuff, then this view is probably going to be better for you. Some people might also prefer this kind of like 3/4 camera where it's a bit more like diagonal down. Does anything we do carry over to live? No. But if you compete in wave 3, this is wave 1 of alpha, right? If you compete in wave 3, then you will basically participate in the competition wave and you will get some stuff for alpha, mainly cosmetics, skins, that type of thing. You'll also, if you end up in like the top 1,000s, you'll get some cool rewards as well, like literally stuff sent to your house. But yeah, everything will get wiped in between each wave. This is not, this will not carry over to live, no. I wanted to keep my Anubis. Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you did. Got yourself an Odin hype man. Nice, mate. Okay, next mini boss coming up. I didn't actually check who this one is. Fighting against Ra here, but don't worry. Ramses is absolutely slaying still. Damn. Oh, Ramses is so strong. Okay, we're fighting Isis. Got the confuser. So I'm not sure if this is a bug or not, honestly. I have confused the boss. I don't think I should be able to confuse a boss. But she's shrugged it off anyway, so that's fine. So you can see like different, I think this view is probably better for bosses, honestly, the top view. Just so you've got a bit more like space to see what's going on. And I think once we are in live, we will be a bit more prescriptive for certain fights over which cameras you would use. So like a boss fight like this, she's actually putting some pretty defensive buffs on herself here. She's healing a ton. Damn, she's actually gonna beat me, I think. She's healing for a butt ton. She's got her ult as well. She's basically just healed to full. And she's revived the team. Damn. First proper challenge, right? So you can't zoom out right now, but again, like we're gonna improve the cameras so that you'll have a level that feels good. So I am definitely losing this round. Oh man, Gilgamesh does some damage as well. Oh, hold on, I've confused her here. No, he's down. Yeah, this is okay. First challenge for the alpha for me. Got a Heimdall. He seems pretty broken. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to go in, and I could do with really increasing the speed of some of my dudes. Have I got anything which can drop... Anyone who drops turn meter at the moment? Good protective rare. Initiative up will give me my ults more frequently. Chance to petrify could be good. AoE from a Sarg. Look at this dude, by the way. Love this guy. Doesn't he look cool? So yeah, let me show you some of the heroes. We've not really done that. To say, some of the lighting needs like improving, but Jade Protector here. What's initiative? Initiative. So if you click on the stat, we'll tell you what it is. Look. But yeah, basically it's how you get divinity, and divinity gives you your ultimate more frequently. Jackal, a doggo. How often does the leaderboard update? Good question, actually. I'm not sure. Should be pretty frequently, but again, it could be... let's have a look. See if it's updated since I showed you earlier. So it's updated since I showed you earlier for sure. Where am I on this right now? Hell Hates TV, level 49. And I just fought level 50, right? So yeah, it must be updating really frequently. What stage are you on, Chosen? Charlemagne here. I see Ragewood up here. But yeah, it looks like it's working as far as I know. Chosen's around 40. Let's see if... I guess you're just called Chosen. Chosen TV, stage 30. Rank 229. Looks like it's working. Maybe there's a bit of delay. It might be like every 15 minutes or something like that. And then you've got like the star challenge area is here. I've not really been pushing the stars, honestly. What am I here? 72. And then the final boss. So when someone gets to stage 151, that's where we start to see who's doing the most damage. This chosen is not... Oh, this chosen here. Stage 11 has got you as. Okay, so it looks like maybe it's delayed or we need to do some tweaking on it. I'm not sure. I wonder if there's a delay in like a mobile device registering here. That's something we need to look at. I'm not sure. Okay, who have I got then that can help me with this fight? So maybe Dagonet. So Dagonet's going to give me decreased defense and a chance to lock abilities, which is pretty cool. I think this might be the way, so let's upgrade him. How far can I go? Stay. I can get up to like 20 odd. I can use autofill and it'll just fill in spirits if I've got them. Something else actually I haven't showed you here. I can use this little cog and say, don't just use spirits, like use my heroes as well. If I don't care about rares, I could just say autofill it with rares. How many content creators? There's about 100 people that are doing content in some way that have signed up. Whether they are all like, I'm doing content all the time or like loads of videos and stuff, I don't know. But about 100 people have said they want to do content so far. Who's the best Lego? We want you guys to tell us. Like that's one of the points of the alpha. Which Legos do you enjoy? Yeah, for sure. That's a big part of it. So yeah, if anyone's going to do content or is doing content already, then come into our Discord, like contact Susie, the community manager, and we can like help you out with that. Do I have some materials? I kind of send him not to 3. Kind of want this ascension because I get a 30% chance to join an ally in an attack. So I might just go and farm some of this purple material, actually. I wouldn't mind unlocking this guy's ascension as well. Same purple material, but I need the fat ones. I need a lot of... No, I just need a lot of them. Okay, let's try and do some of that. So there is an auto... It's probably the weakest thing that we did, but it was literally like... Last minute, we need some sort of auto battle in. So we've got auto battle in the game. So I can hit auto replay here. And it'll auto farm, but there's no like, oh, I can choose what I want to sell out the back of it or anything like that. It will just run and run until my energy runs out. So it's just like a complete placeholder for now, basically. I'm having a slight issue equipping a weapon. The other items that ain't going on just stay in blank. Should just be able to click the weapon and hit equip. Like, what? I'm not sure what you mean. If maybe jump in the Discord and share a screenshot of what you've got going on. If it feels like a bug. Well, the commons and uncommons usable unlike raid. Some will be. Again, like most of the commons and uncommons are meant as like lower level heroes, you know, earlier stuff. There'll be some that have got some interesting kits. Is it possible to remove an imprint from a weapon and put it on? No. You'd have to overwrite with a different imprint and then you would lose that imprint. You can see we're just going to like roll into the next battle here. I've got Aphrodite and I like her. Yeah, Aphrodite is a really good like turn meter pusher. So, in terms of energy, the way we've done our system is when you fight a new level, you don't use any energy. When you win a new level, you don't use any energy. When you lose a level, you don't lose energy. You only use energy when you farm a stage. That makes sense? So we want to encourage people to want to progress, and we want to encourage people to want to progress with different builds and stuff. So if you just run out of energy, you can still at least try and beat the next challenge. And to couple with that, because we want people to experiment with their builds and stuff. So it's also free to move gear around. So we want to encourage people to try builds, try different team comps, and you know, go for that next level without feeling like, okay, I've just got no energy to do stuff. So when I'm auto battling, I am using energy because I'm farming a stage that I've already beaten. Yeah, so I will be using up energy right now. Yeah, no fails on upgrading gear either. It's just a straight cost. This is what it costs to upgrade gear. Wave 2 of the alpha is not going to be massively different, Clifford. It's just there'll be more bug fixing. Yeah, it's not going to be massively different. Like, more bug fixes will be in, and we might tweak some of the economy, tweak some of the damage numbers, that sort of thing. But it's Wave 2 really is like a bigger stress test on servers once we've had a chance to make sure that we feel like everything's working pretty clean. Is the lore in game already? Let me show you, for those that are new on stream actually, let me show you the cutscene that you get at the start of the game. So this is our style of cutscenes, which will kind of like tell the story of the game. This is the one that everyone's going to see at the start of the alpha, and then we basically had them voiced by really cool like actors actually. This particular person was in Stargate 1 in some of the episodes, which is pretty cool in terms of the voice. But yeah, basically they will be voiced. They will be following our kind of like narrative, our story. And it's really important to us. So we want for story to feel rich and engaging. We want the style visual to be really like cool as well. And then when we do our kind of like live ops updates, they will come with an element of story and I guess like, yeah, just make them really interesting. We want for people to feel that it's like a really interesting update.
The Aetherwell, source of the fires of creation, used by the primal powers to shape the cosmos. Serene, balanced, or so it was. Creation shattered, serenity broken, reality unmade, but pulled back from the brink of oblivion by the strands of fate. A new reality emerged. Fragile, imperfect, marred by endless war. Awaken, Scion, for your great task is at hand. Balance must be restored.
There we go. That's like the first introduction cutscene to Godforge. It's pretty cool, right? I mean, you should see. Damn, they get better. We've got a bunch of the cutscenes already done now. Oh my god, the story is actually really bloody good. Like Aaron and Mike, who've been like leading our narrative and vision for this, for the cutscene stuff, they're so good actually. Yeah, they're amazing. Amazing. Like I say, we've got such a crazy good team. Is email still going out to get into the game for the alpha? The emails are all out, Draco. So if you was in Alpha Wave 1, you should have had an email already. Check your spam. Check that like promotions folder. Sorry, I've got the sound up really loud now. I'm farming like stage 45 here, just to get myself some Ascension materials. You need to get to Ascension level 3 to unlock people's passives, and that will give them a decent amount of extra strength. 60 is a brick wall. We want for there to be some walls, right? We want for people to have to go back and decide, okay, what am I going to farm? Am I farming gear? Am I farming experience? Am I farming gold to level up my gear? Am I farming weapons to make those more powerful? Am I farming ascension materials? Like, the caverns is meant to be probably a good week experience to get to the final battle, and then a few days of like just min-maxing teams to try and, you know, have fun fighting Fafnir. So if people are starting to hit brick walls after a few hours, that's about right. Yeah, what system are you trying to play on, Draco? The only stuff that's not live right now is iOS. We're waiting on Apple to confirm the game or whatever, to sign off the game. Your Android's not live. I mean, it should be. Should be, Johnny. Are you following the links on your email? Did you sign up with the form that said I want to play on Android, and then put the right email address for the Android when we sent that through? Feel free to go to the Discord for help if you're struggling. Can you switch from Mac to iOS? You will be able to, but iOS is not working right now, so you can't right at this minute, but it is cross-platform, so I can play this same account on my Android phone or iOS, yeah. Right, guys, I think I'm going to call it there for the stream. I just wanted to come on really and share some of, yeah, I mean, share this day, honestly. Share this day where we got an alpha out to the community. Amazing to have this great support in this stream. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Like, super sweet to have. Maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll come on and just try and stream an hour or two a day, or I'll go and join some other people that are streaming and chill with those guys. But, yeah, make sure, come and join the Fateless Discord. And if you haven't already signed up to one of the alpha waves, sign up at fateless.gg. I don't know if I can... How do you raid people nowadays? How do you raid people? I would like to go and raid someone else who's playing Godforge. Anyone know? Let me ask some people that might know. Yeah, it is awesome to see the evolution of the game. It's mad. There's definitely a way I can do it. I'm just trying to remember how. Okay, I'm just setting up now. I'm going to raid into someone else so we can just chill out and watch some other people progressing through their Godforge accounts. Let me see if I can just do it here. Hopefully this will work. Where do I do it? Where do I do it? Redirect. Here we go. Redirect. This. Save. Okay, this should work. So I think I just end the stream and you guys should just jump in and be redirected. Hopefully that works. And have yourself a great day. Hope you enjoy all the Godforge content that's going out there. Go and support the other content creators. And yeah, I'll try and stream maybe at the weekend as well and show you some more of the progress as we're getting up towards the higher levels of Fafnir. Have a great day. See you soon.